Hello, Fayetteville First family. Welcome to our Wednesday recap. It's Wednesday, August 19th, year 2020. To look ahead at some upcoming announcements and events in the life of our congregation, as well as to look back on last week's sermon. This upcoming Sunday is our Rise Against Hunger event. We need more people who are able and willing to come out in a safe, physically distanced environment to come out and help pack meals for those throughout the world in need. We have 2 time slots available. We need more people to sign up from the 3:30 to 5:30 time slot. Someone has donated enough funds to cover registration for that event, so if you're able to come, we encourage you to come and participate if you're willing. It's a 2-step process for registration, just remember that. Step 1 is to register through the church's website so that we can have an accurate count of how many people are coming and when they're going to be here. Step 2 is to register through the Rise Against Hunger website portal so that we can sign the waiver of release at that point. Please register today if you're able to make it. We'll be observing the physical distancing guidelines as well as requesting that everyone wear a mask. For those of you who have participated in this event before, it'll certainly be a year unlike any other, but there is a need, so if you're able to participate, we encourage you to sign up from the shift from 3:30 to 5:30. We'll arrange people into pods or groups by families and others as we see the need. And for those of you who haven't participated in one of these events before, what you do is you pour the ingredients into a bag that helps round out a meal with nutrients and vitamins for those who are going to be consuming it that can be easily cooked and transported in other places in the world. The last thing that we do to the bags is to seal them, vacuum seal them for safety. Or not vacuum seal them, but cinch them and seal them for safety. So if you're able to participate with us, sign up and let's seal the meal deal together as we rise against hunger. Tomorrow, Thursday night, will be the back-to-school blessing for teachers, students, and families on the church office side through the porch from 4 to 6 p.m. We invite you to come by for a time of prayer, a time of blessing, and to receive a gift for families and students who are back into a routine of school. We all know that we are lifelong students, and while we have a lot to learn, we know that there is much different about this year's learning. But as lifelong students, we know that there's nothing virtual about the need to grow. A few weeks ago, we hosted a build for Square Foot Ministries to put together walls for a house in Port St. Joe. You can see the pictures from that from yesterday's Informed and Inspire found on the church website. The house is complete and the resident is ready to move in. If you didn't get a chance to help with that build here in our parking lot and would like to take a trip down to South Georgia in October, we're going to do similar work, but more flooring than anything else. The dates are October 11th through 16th, and if you're interested in going, please reach out to myself or Maggie Clark. We'll be happy to give you more information about that, and we'll set a deadline for registration for that trip in the next couple weeks as we're able to do it. So let's hammer out the details later for payment, for travel. Let's not screw this up as we seek to drill down and work to help those in need. And finally, last week in our worship service, we continue to make improvements and arrangements with the technology as we see fit for live streaming. We recognize that there were some technical difficulties as we got going last week. We've hopefully addressed those, and we'll seek to get better every week. But in the worship service, in the scripture that we read, we encountered a Canaanite woman. For those of you who are remembering the stories of the Old Testament, the Canaanites were the sworn enemies of the people of God. They occupied the land of milk and honey that the Israelites were set to inherit. And the Canaanite woman has the nerve to ask Jesus for a blessing. Jesus took the time and healed her, but only after she confessed that for those like her who feel like they are on the outside, the crumbs that are gathered up from the table and fed to the dogs are enough. In other words, there are times when we feel like we don't measure up, that we may not be worthy. The crumbs that fall to the table are enough for us. And so our challenge as followers of this Christian movement, of the way of Christ, is to pray to God that we might have an attitude similar to that woman, with boldness, with eagerness, and I pray that we might have a crummy attitude as we seek to do what God can in us and through us, and that we have that crummy attitude when we see what God gives us, whether we feel like we are on the inside or we are on the outside, because we know that the crumbs are enough. So I hope you have a very crummy week. Be smart, be safe, take care of one another. See you soon.